Hey, Kemba. Going into this game and moving forward, obviously you guys know that your bench players have to really step up, and some of these guys are playing roles now that they wouldn't necessarily play before Hayward went down. Can you just speak to what that group provided to you tonight, and what type of confidence that provides to you guys moving forward?
Hold on, Kemba, before you answer that, if anybody over there can unmute the audio on your end. There should be a lead person with you.
There you go.
All right, perfect. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've always pretty much had confidence in our bench. Tonight they really just came out and showed the world that they're really good. Those guys can hoop, man, and whenever their name is called, they're always ready. Grant, Romeo, two of our rookies were unbelievable tonight. Brad Wanamaker, who is one of our leaders, who's been there for us all year, holding it down on the bench. He was tremendous. He might not score a lot of points or anything like that, but his leadership right out there on the court, he was great. He was great. Those guys came in, they stepped up, man. Ennis, he was great as well. We need those guys big time, and tonight was a perfect example of that.
Abby Chin.
Kemba, Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, I know a big part of the reason you wanted to come to Boston, but with Jayson and just the ascension that he's on, is there anything that he does that surprises you anymore? Do you guys expect this from him?
Yes, I think we expect it now, for sure. He's a superstar. He's a superstar. He's been shown in night in, night out. He just makes the right reads, man. He's a special talent, as well as Jaylen. Jaylen's a superstar as well, man. Those two guys are phenomenal basketball players. I love being around those two guys. I love the way they play basketball. I love how much they love the game of basketball, and it's just really fun to be around those two guys. Really, really special dudes.
Question in person, Gary Washburn.
It seems like you played 11 playoff games in Charlotte. I'm sure the defense has played you differently. You were the focal point. Here, it seemed like tonight you just get free and you just seem like you're really enjoying yourself. You're enjoying kind of the spacing you get. And I mean, is that true, or are you kind of, did you have a good time tonight in terms of being able to get your shot off, get to the rim?
I mean, honestly, they really just guarded me the same way. Last game, I just didn't make as many shots, Tonight, I was able to get the mid-range going a little bit better. The three balls, I'm still struggling a little bit, but, it'll break out one game. I mean, depending on how they guarded me, I'm just trying to take the best shots and make the best plays available.
Tim Bontemps.
You mentioned that run that the bench had in that second quarter. It was Jayson and that bench group. Jayson coming down and making a ton of shots, and those guys playing around him. How much of a lift was that for you guys after the way you guys had to kind of struggle to get back in the game at the end of the first quarter?
That was a huge lift. The bench, they came in and they were unreal. That's what we needed. The game's not going to be perfect all the time. But we had no quit in us, and our bench, they came in and they sparked us. And as well as JB and JT being out there, helping those guys as well. We got a special group.
Heath Smith.
Hey, Kemba, I've asked you before about your pull-up jumper. Were you surprised just how easy Philadelphia is letting you get into that shot over and over again?
It's different. It's different for me. I really haven't seen that much space in a very long time, to be honest. So, yeah, it's different.
Final question for Kemba, Chris Ryan.
Kemba, do you feel that will and desire were a huge factor for you guys tonight and compete level? And also, what do you feel is going to be the difference in this type of a series where there's not going to be that switch to go to Philadelphia for Game 3?
I mean, it's the same thing. We're not in Boston, so, it really doesn't matter. But, yeah, it really doesn't matter. We're going to come out and play hard regardless, Next game is a really important game. These guys have no quit in them. They have one of the best players in the world, and some other great talent around him. So, we got to be prepared. We have to stay locked in and be ready to go for Game 3.